Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's time to do my monthly Dark Visions ticket summon, and kind of like talking a little bit about Dark Visions. Yeah, here we are. So we got our 14 tickets. We're gonna go one at a time like usual and talk a little bit about the current Dark Visions. Neo Visions that are on the banner appears to be Zidane, Dorgan, Javi, and Vivi. So cool. Let's see how we do. I don't know if we'll get any Neos. We got a 3% rate like always, so let's see if we can beat the odds here. I can just say my dailies have been pretty bad. I haven't gotten a single good unit as a Neo Vision out of a daily. This whole time they've been running daily 10 freeze. So that's fun. And our first one's coming down a blue. Par for the course, right? So Dark Visions. Honestly, I gotta be honest. Like the past couple Dark Visions, I've just been like really unmotivated to try really hard. It's a combination of two things. One is just like all the drama that has surrounded the past couple of Dark Visions. And two is just like the lack of units. You know, last month it was, oh, if you don't have Melissa, you're not doing XYZ. You know, this month I'm at less of a disadvantage. I've at least got a unit that can provide a good killer buff. But I don't have Genesis because I can't pull for every unit, and you know, so it's not that I can't do anything. I do have a clear in. You know, I'm last time I looked, I was still under rank 1000. I would like to stay there. You know, by the time anybody who's cheating gets removed, it should be fine. But you know, if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not the end of the world for me. But I think a bigger issue when it comes to Dark Visions is just that the disparity between like people who think it's easy to do like the sub stages and people who don't think it's easy to do the sub stages. So like players who've been playing for a long time, who've been collecting units for a long time, who have access to, you know, mages as opposed to not mages, obviously have an easier time with the magic only stages, especially now that you can no longer re-raise the boss to get rid of the mitigation buffs. It's hard to say like whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. On the one hand, I think it's really good for as much content in Dark Visions to be cappable as possible. But on the other hand, it also compresses the ranks. We've talked about this before, where like if any part of the event is uncappable, then the event is uncappable anyway, and it makes it so that the damage spread is just smaller at the high end of the ranks. So like if you can't cap a magic stage, you're not getting rank 1 anyway, so like doesn't really matter. It's just more like a fun thing, or like a challenge thing, or like an achievement thing. Like I was able to perfect score every level that I could, which as somebody who likes to play like kind of like on a budget, I get the value in that. I really do, because I also like to complete and perfect score as much as I can without having to, you know, buy units just to do it. So I think that that's important, and I think that, you know, making the magic stages reapers so you can't re-raise them, it hamstrings players who just don't do it, or don't have the units. So whether that's a good thing or not is up for debate. I personally think it's fine. You know, if you want to be good at certain content, you got to pull units that are good for that content. That's just the reality of it. You know, so Dark Visions has always been about, hey, you need to have a wide spread of types of units who can do different elements and support different elements and do different killers for different things. You know, Global has options for really powerful units that can just solo carry every single stage, and that's just the way it is. JP doesn't have that, I think, maybe as much, but I think at this point in the game, you know, premium leaders are premium leaders, right? So you bring your one good damage dealing unit who can go to every level, and you clear it out. So for me, like the magic stages for the past 2 Dark Visions have been taken care of by my Ayaka. Last month I got her at EX3, so this month and last month were both very, very easy. You know, just wipe it out Ayaka by yourself, doing more than the damage cap just by herself. But players don't all have Ayaka, and she's not available now, you know, and so it's like, it's hard to just be like, oh, we'll just use Ayaka. You know, you use other mages, I guess, like evokers, and you know, Tsukiko's always available. Yuna's always available. Vivi continues to be a good option for, you know, damage dealing if you can gear him well. you know, it's so we definitely have options for mages, but you know, not ever. I guess not everybody. Good news, VV's right here, so you could get him right here theoretically. We're 6 left and haven't gotten one yet, but oh my gosh. So, you know, I don't think it's a huge deal. I think it's a big deal for players who can't afford to chase a wide range of units. So, for example, let's say you're a player like me, who largely focuses on Dark Visions, or not Dark Visions, on Clash of Wills. If you focus exclusively on Clash of Wills units, then we've mainly gotten 2 mages ever who do actual magic damage in Dark Visions. You know, Oliveira and Ayaka, and all the other mages are basically useless for the magic stages in Dark Visions because they're physical type mages. You also can't just cheese it with Meteor because of that. So like, even if you're going to try and use like JP units like XDeath, Golbez, whatever, you can't do it with Meteor. So that's frustrating for a lot of players. It's also frustrating just for players who don't understand that it's coming. So like maybe you don't read the instructions in the level, like it says, hey, the boss has mitigation to this damage or immunity to this types of damage, and like then you try to use all this physical type and you can't do it. Doesn't work. So if you're surprised by that, you know, always, you know, read the bulletins, read the instructions for the level. It's going to tell you exactly what to do, and also just be aware of how like the mechanics of the game work, and that way you're less likely to be surprised. Okay, so we're four left. I think this is our 4th to go, and we finally got something other than a blue or a yellow. I don't know what it's going to be, but you know. Hey, speaking of, already got EXD, EX3 XDeath, but you know, here we go. Cool. So hey, there he is too. Having a better understanding. Oh, not multi-summon. Having a better understanding of how the mechanics work is just going to help you out. It's going to help you understand how to do damage and why to do damage. This is why I do the Ask an Old Mog series and to an extent the Tuesday Preppers series. Just to help people understand how damage and how mechanics in the game work, so you can like figure out how to do this on your own. Not that I don't want you to come back and watch more and like get helps and tips and things like that, but like I want you to be able to pick up the game and just play it. Got my hopes up, game. This is a very cool looking unit. It's a shame they are a 4-star. Very cool looking unit. 2 to go. Oh my gosh. So that's really it. I mean, is it good to be? I enjoy being able to cap all the levels because it helps you get all the points and all the rewards you want. I guess we'll check my rank here in a minute. This will determine if I need to do more clears tonight. Discount Ronda doesn't even tank. All right, last one. And then we'll talk about another piece of really important good news before we go. Ooh, 2 rainbows. Definitely did not beat the rate here. Lauren, another NBA. So very cool, I guess. It's something. Here we are. So no Neos, 2 rainbows, and a bunch of bananas and blueberries. So let's talk about. Let's go to Dark Vision. Let's go home first. I want to hit this really quick. So yesterday, in lots of people's videos, there was a lot of discussion and complaint about Nora. And here's an update for this morning that the fragment was not included by mistake, is what they're saying, by mistake. So rest assured it will be in the shop, and they apologize for the confusion. Thank you for your understanding. So whether that was really a mistake or not, this is, I think, a fantastic resolution. It's going to make Nora more accessible. It's going to make pulling more accessible and more reasonable for a lot of players. Personally, without the Lapis to go to a pity, I still can't really do it. You know, I could do the card step up after I do the story event tomorrow and get the Lapis from that, but I haven't decided yet what I want to do. I'm really curious to see her kit and see if it would be worth the investment, knowing that next month is probably anniversary, and that unit's usually really good. Not to mention, you know, I'm just kind of speculating, you know, that the anniversary unit will be the new Malphasey that we all voted on, and I would like to get that unit. So just because I think Malphasey is really cool, And if that is the case, I can't burn my Lapis on a vision card step up. It's better to be able to do it now that her fragments are going to be in the shop, in my opinion. But I'm still sitting the fence until I see her kit and see if we can do Clash without her. We'll try. So there's that. And then the last thing here we're going to look at is my Dark Visions rank. So we'll go to Dark Visions, and last night I was under 1,000. Oh, I'm just skirting the line. So I'll probably do some clears tonight, just to see if I can push a little bit. You know, there are always going to be some folks who are not playing the event honestly. You know, currently, you know, there's at least one person who's listed there with a rank 1 score. I guess. Well, here's some a bunch of shared numbers. So 157, 157, 157, 157, right? So they're all doing the same damage. So there's usually some folks who get removed. We'll see. But I mean, at this point, I probably do need to do a couple clears tonight just to try and skirt the line a little bit, and get back in under 1,000. So we'll see. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm not that competitive. It's not my playground. But yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable for you to watch and listen to. And we'll be back tomorrow for Clash of Wills stuff, because otherwise it's just story, and I'm going to do that during the day by myself. So you guys take care, be good to each other, and we'll see you in the next video.